link to the recap. I'll get into it. You ready?
Sir.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. Session 41. 2 weeks ago, we actually stayed on schedule. Or we didn't, reschedule. Thanks to Matt kind of taking the lead and just getting it out there and making everybody commit. Appreciate that.
Like to see it.
So session 41, Rumble on the Square. The subtitle, this is a quote from Ragnar at the end, was "and fuck you, and fuck you." Which is kind of how it went. So, as Thoradin, Spargle, and Juniper help themselves to some more delicious meat pies, I'm hearing an echo on myself. Oh, that's because I'm streaming. Moron.
Oh.
How about that? Ezek jumped down from the stage and started clearing out the crowd. Then he suddenly froze with a shocked look on his face, his gaze oddly locked on Irina. After snapping out of his shock, he started charging towards her. The group picked up on this right away and moved to intercept the giant man while they all tried to make sense of this situation. The Baron and his family returned to the barracks, unaware that combat was about to break out in the square. However, as everyone else focused on Ezek charging towards Irina, Deckard seemed preoccupied with the old woman who had sold them the pastries. She was now pushing her empty cart away from the square. He backed up and readied his crossbow, watching as the scene progressed in front of him, but not losing track of the pie vendor. Spargle, not affected by the meat pie as he was before, shook both Thoradin and Juniper out of their trances, which they again protested and seemed quite annoyed. Ezek started barking orders to his guards and grabbed at Irina. She dropped low and slipped his grasp while rolling further out of his reach. Ragnar, trying to distract or slow down this huge man, ran forward and scooped up mud and pebbles, throwing them into Ezek's face, blinding and enraging him further. With that brief distraction, Vasily turned to Ragnar and suggested that he could escort Irina to the safety of the Mardikovs and secure the Blue Water Inn. Ragnar said, "Spaghetti Van Helsing, do it, get her out of here." Vasily deftly concealed her under his cloak as he slipped into the crowd and safely away from the fight. Thoradin, with a belly full of meat pies and feeling disoriented by being abruptly snapped back into reality, stumbled forward through the crowd and towards Ezek and the others. For a moment, it looked like the dwarf might vomit directly onto Ezek, but instead retched on the ground between everyone. Alaric started swinging and stabbing with the spear he found at Yester Hill. Missing once or twice sent him into a rage. Now, gripping the spear with both hands, he critically stabbed another guard. Small Juniper also snapped out of her trance and stumbled out of the bushes towards the others, casting a spell as she moved forward. The ground underneath Ezek started to bubble and shake as he found it very difficult to balance or move. The guards rallied around Ezek, helping him stabilize as well as push back the party. Their simple weapons seemed ineffective against the group's mighty defenses. Their spears were unable to pierce Alaric's tough skin. Deckard fired several bolts across the battlefield, thinning out the guards. At one point, his crossbow jammed up, and in frustration, he threw the weapon itself at Ezek, striking him in the shoulder and landing at his feet. Ezek was now wholly enraged, yet still barking to his guards to stop Irina. Spargle stepped forward, chanting in an arcane tongue. Several guards in the immediate area started to slow down like they were moving through molasses. Ragnar knocked through a few more of these slowed guards, and none of them could land a blow on the dwarf. Deckard glanced back and noted that Vasily and Irina were safely through the crowd. Vasily looked back and gave Deckard a thumbs up and a wink as he and Irina fled the square together. Thoradin resumed the fight head-on with Ezek, smashing him with a brutal combination of divine magic and his trusted magical longsword. With a bright flash of light, Ezek screamed in pain for the first time. In response, Thoradin spat directly in his face, drawing snarls from the Baron's henchmen. In the meantime, Alaric continued to tear through guards using his new spear. With each killing blow, glowing red tendrils of blood emanated down the hilt of the spear, empowering the barbarian further. Juniper looked up at the raging storm and used her druidic magic to summon massive bolts of lightning from the sky. Super massive it had turned out to be. Piercing clean through Ezek, scorching his flesh and racking him with pain. Another guard, who was unfortunate enough to be near Ezek, was disintegrated entirely. With his other weapons tossed around the battlefield, Deckard moved closer to the meat pastry cart, drew his rarely used longbow, and fired a well-aimed missile at Ezek, which sunk in deep. Ezek, for the moment, stopped worrying about where Irina was and seemed to now genuinely be concerned about his survival. As he tried to keep his balance, an icy orb of Spargle's magic barely missed his head, flying harmlessly down an alley. Ezek mustered enough strength to land a series of massive sword strikes on Thoradin, who was now bleeding profusely. Ezek commanded his guards to secure Spargle, perhaps feeling threatened by his magic. But before the guards could respond, Ragnar quickly drove Shatterspike through one, killing him instantly. The guards returned several more attacks that had little impact on their targets. Thoradin, one hand stemming the blood from the massive wound inflicted by Ezek, the other finding his holy symbol, invoked Lay of Hands to heal most of his injuries instantly. Baron Vlakovich burst back out into the square, screaming orders at Ezek in an attempt to regain some control over the unexpected chaos at his festival. Ezek just glowered back in anger, clearly frustrated now, not at all accustomed to being on this end of a beating. You good, Will? Alaric effortlessly pops the other guard. Okay. With his blood spear, the turmoil continued. Guards were now dying left and right. Ezek was losing his grip. Citizens were scattering, and the Baron continued to scream in protest. On cue, Deckard drew his longbow again, and wincing in pain, the weapon, the arrow, and part of his arm erupted into fire. He trained it on the Baron and fired a single trail of flame shooting across the square as the arrow landed solidly into the Baron's chest, dropping him. The Grand Mastiffs that attended the Baron circled his body, whimpering. Deckard let a second arrow fly, this time squarely into Ezek. From the top of a nearby building, Ernst, who was Lady Wachter's sort of agent, came into view. Waving his hands at everyone, he shouted for all to hear, "Ezek, enough of these lies. Your master is dead and you have no power against Strahd. My lady received a prophecy that heroes would come help free us from your tyranny and grant us relief from the Dark Lord. Our heroes have arrived, and with them, hope for Vallaki." Perhaps waiting for this prompt, several small groups of what looked like commoners suddenly drew small hidden daggers. These mobs immediately swarmed and killed some of the remaining guards and some other peasants without any explanation. Another group or two poured into the barracks, walking on or around the Baron's corpse. Ezek seemed to have reverted to survival instincts, but was still very enraged and would not go down without a fight. Spargle tried to get him to surrender. Without even considering the offer, Ezek growled and attempted to fling another ball of fire from his demonic fist. Simultaneously, Spargle fired his chromatic orb, but missed again, as Ezek's fire singed the gnome. Ragnar and Thoradin surrounded the now muddy, burnt Ezek as they both drew their magical longswords and gave him one more chance to surrender. Ezek looked right at the younger dwarf, despite Talon pressed up against his bare throat, and said, "Fuck you, little man." With that, Thoradin pushed his sword through as a divine flash of white light shot out the front of his neck and blood spouted out the back. Several citizens nearby started shouting, "Praise to Wachterhouse! Hail, Lady Fiona! The tyrant is dead." Ernst, addressing the crowd in response, said, "People of Vallaki, we have been saved. Return to your homes. Lady Wachter will address the town here tomorrow at noon." Throughout Ernst's proclamation, Thoradin urinated on Ezek. This act shocked some of the crowd, but amused others. As the pee washed off the bloody, singed corpse, some of them noticed that Ezek's monstrous arm also dissolved away, leaving a wet stump in its place. Alaric looked curiously at Thoradin and said, "Hey, what's in that piss, lad?" Ernst, still from the top of the building, looked down in approval at the group. He made a bit of a makeshift salute towards Deckard and the others as he disappeared down the back of the other side of the building. Some of the crowd continued to slip away, a look of concern on their faces. Others stayed and started a more proper celebration, hooting, hollering, much more rambunctious and free-spirited than earlier. While this was happening, Deckard started moving towards the south of the square, seemingly more preoccupied with something else. He shouted back quick words to the rest of the group as he moved. "The crone, the old hag, the windmill, this way." and then drawing fully back with his longbow, he fired off 2 flaming arrows to the south, well into the distance. And that's where we ended.
You hate to see
Dude,
it.
these recaps are awesome.
Remember when we did the Capitol riot before the Capitol riot? That was cool.
Oh wow.
Too soon?
Oh, wow. Okay,
I love to see
and
it.
Fargo, you're muted.
I have one more.
I love the images on the right up there too, with like
Yes.
Izek and death like superimposed over.
Yeah.
All
To
of
show
it's
them,
so
like, the
awesome.
kill
All right, can
card.
you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
So I'm sorry about this. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but Discord, like, all my sound works on my AirPods, except Discord. Like, I can't figure it out, and it's, so we're good. I'm not
Yeah.
using my AirPods anymore, so.
Discord is awful with coordinating with Windows as far as
You
sound
know what? You know
settings.
what you need to do is you just need to make sure all of your other devices are disabled in your sound control panel. That's the most
Got
important
it.
thing
Okay.
in the future.
You got an echo when you talk, are you?
Nope.
Nope.
I don't.
Okay. Cool.
And Will, I
Alright.
shared the URL for that write-up if you need to skim it or catch up on
Okay.
anything.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
I don't know how much of it you heard.
I heard most of it.
Okay. So we ended with you running towards the, south of the square, and firing off some
Yeah.
arrows that were on fire.
So I just branded the old hag, right? Yeah, so I'll get my camera up here in a minute, but so yeah, what's everyone, I guess I kind of, so I hit her, I see it hit her, right? Like I know I connected.
Yep, you do.
I branded her, I can sense which direction she's headed. And
I don't know.
The moment I do that-
I don't know that everybody else knows that necessarily, but yeah, you did.
okay. So I turn around and look back to the group, scattered about the square as we are. Pull up roll 20 here. So I turn around and I guess the group's pretty clustered up there around the square, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're all kind of standing. Now I hear myself echoing a lot. But they,
Okay.
yeah, they're all standing around Ezek's body. People are pouring in and out of the barracks. Some people are just kind of like leaving the square kind of hastily. Others are just hanging out and kind of carrying on the party. Kind of seems like it's turned into a different party for them. But our group is just standing around a couple dead guards, and Ezek Thornton's zipping his pants back up, and they're
All right.
at you, wondering why you're screaming.
So they're all looking at me, right? Or no? Do I
That's
have
up to
everybody's
them-
attention?
That's up to them, but they all heard you. They could have. They
Okay.
all heard you.
So I scream out to the group. I'm like, "Hey, the old woman from the, or sorry, I got to kind of Deckard. My bad. The old woman from the windmill. She's running that way. It's the woman that killed Blackwind, the crazy chick from the windmill. She's taking a little kid."
Seth Thornton, pants at his ankles, getting his pants up. Windmill, Blackwind, lad, what are you talking about?
You know, you remember the old hag, the woman that. Like,
Yeah, you
kinda-
guys are. Sorry, you guys are about 40 feet away from each other. So if you're not going to shout across the square, you might want to regroup. a
I'm
little
shouting.
Hey, Deckard! No. Or,
Did we hear him yelling?
no.
Yeah, you heard him
Um,
yelling that. Mhm.
All right, so you know what?
Actually,
Okay.
I actually, as I start walking back to the group hurriedly, actually, kind of running. And actually, where I'm going to look for are the kids' parents still there? Or what I'm assuming were her parents, like the people that were like arguing with the hag.
It's been a few minutes, and there's been a lot of crowd moving around and stuff. They walked off to the west. Make a perception check.
All right, and that's +2, so 16.
You don't see them, but you do catch their scent.
Okay.
And it kind of leads to the west.
Got it. So kind of out this way here.
Yep, down that alley and sort of out of the square.
All right. So Decker turns around. He's yelling at you guys like a crazy hick, and just like shot an arrow down an alley, like for no reason. He's yelling about an old hag and a windmill, and then Deckard starts running, kind of up here. So like, I don't know if what the movement. But I start running this way. So I'm following the scent. At least I'm following the scent whichever way it takes me, whether it's this way or up here. So I guess I run back towards where I originally saw those people, and I run right by the group. Like Deckard just like runs by you. He's like a crazy hick, right? You're like, what is this drunk cowboy doing?
Yep, and that's
He's
exactly
just
what
shooting arrows at barons and down alleyways, and his bow's on fire, and he's running through the square, and you don't know what he's doing.
Yep.
He just keeps like the hag, the parents, like he's almost doing that thing where like he's like pointing down like he's running and he kind of stops and he like looks back to where he shot the arrow. He's like the hag and with the parents too, and he runs up and then he runs past you. The parents they went this way, and he's just going crazy.
So
And I take off towards that scent.
and says, "What the hell is he talking about? What's this windmill?"
I'm
I think
struggling
he
with
said
my
somebody
pants.
went that way. Maybe we should go see what he's talking about.
Can't the dwarf get his fucking pants back on?
Are you like a first grader that has to pull your pants all the way down to your ankles to go potty in the big kid toilet? You don't have like a
Before we-
zipper?
Before we
I don't know
abandon this scene here, I'm going to, and I'm a little disturbed because it's probably a little damp. I'm going to search Izek.
Okay.
I'm also kind of fascinated by the arm, like from just kind of what's going on there from like you know what I mean? Is this a magical type of, you know what I mean? I'm curious as to, is there any,
You're probably gonna get some of my pee on your hand.
that's what I was a little disgusted at the same time, but
It is what it is, right?
right. In the,
When in Barovia.
When in Barovia.
Right. All right. So let's see, a couple things happening in parallel here. So, first of all, you see, so Ezek was wearing special made like studded leather armor. It looks like it was custom made for his size. It also looks like the right arm, that was his monster arm, was like custom built as well. When you look at where his arm was, it looks like the stub of an arm that like somebody lost an arm years ago and it's just healed and kind of been that way. You know what I mean? Like it looks like someone who, yeah, but well healed over and sealed up and everything like that, which is strange to you. There's an extremely ornate battle axe, the one that he was swinging around crazy at everybody. and it's got some like stones and stuff in it, and it looks also like custom made, but really sort of elaborate. He also has a coin purse that has 80 Electrum pieces in it.
Electrum, huh? Okay.
Electrum. And the coins are the same as those that you've seen before with the sort of profile of Strahd on it.
Are we doing I forget that. Like, are we doing for the coin? Aren't we doing like a pot or something? Or how are we tracking that?
That's how you guys have been doing it?
I'm definitely gonna grab. All right, so I'm gonna grab the coin purse. I'm gonna grab the battle axe. One of you guys might. I don't know. We'll look into that. But I'll grab the battle axe, grab the coin purse, and then what did you say after that? After the Electrum, anything else or?
Nope, that was it. The battle axe, the custom made armor, the coin purse. Otherwise, he just has like normal kind of belongings.
Does the armor look like potentially valuable?
It's leather with iron studs in it, so not particularly.
No. Okay. But the battle axe looks pretty ornate. You said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll grab those things and then I'll get up and like look where we're. But no notes, no. I don't know what I'm expecting.
No. He does have like a pouch kind of that he keeps on his belt that the coin purse was next to, but it's just got like food and like a flask in it and just nothing interesting really.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to then start to follow what I guess. Are we gonna? What do you guys think? Do we head out and follow our crazy cowboy? He seems to be on the move.
Follow the cowboy. I don't want him to get in trouble.
So Deckard has already kind of turned the corner. He didn't even slow down. Spargle was like pillaging through Ezek's stuff as Deckard almost kind of turned the corner, shouted out to everybody. The rest of you, so Alaric is like 20 feet behind you guys all. He was kind of surrounded by guards and was like ripping through all of them. As you guys kind of glance around, you glance at Deckard, glance back to kind of assess where everybody is and make sure your group's together. You guys notice Alaric is holding his arm up, and he has the spear that he was using in that battle. But really like Venom, you know, you think of Venom's kind of weird tendril kind of things, you know, these red like tentacle-y kind of like moving blood colored kind of tendrils are wrapped around his arm, and he's looking up at the sky. And when you follow his eyes towards the sky, you notice that it's still mid-afternoon and it's dark and stormy, but the clouds have like parted open where there's like, you can all see a little bit of lighter gray sky. And he seems to be just staring up at this hole in the sky. And what does Alaric say?
With a little bit of hesitation at first, just due to Alaric's nature of unease since being in Barovia, but still like a sense of strength, I guess, comes over him, and he's gonna look up to the skies and yell to the chieftain Kavan that he accepts his power and will do his best to fulfill his role.
So you hear Alaric say that. He says, you know, Kavan, I accept your whatever he literally word for word what he just said. Okay. And everybody's like, the fuck is he talking about? As this tenderly blood stuff kind of stuff now kind of reverses its flow, and you hold and Alaric's spear drops to the ground, and now Alaric, you feel your just energy completely sapped. Okay.
Okay.
Down to And you look down and you realize that the blood, this blood-like kind of flow that was going from the spear down towards you has a reversed flow, and within moments you realize your own blood is pouring out through this sword and just spilling into a huge pool on the ground. And you're a big dude, so very quickly this just puddle erupts around you. You drop to 0 hit points. You're unconscious, and you flop to the ground. The spear, though, stays like sort of tethered to your hand, and you're now laying there lifeless with just this ruddy kind of glow around you.
Okay.
And everybody sees that happen. You are now at 0 hit points, and you are bleeding out.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Holy shit!
So
You hate to
Ragnar
see it.
sees this happen, and
So I'm gonna take
with his
70
encounter with
damage.
the dwarves, he's seen something like this before. So I'm gonna run over. I'm gonna run over towards Lark. Do I have like a cloak on or something?
You tell me.
Is that like a normal standard thing?
I don't know. Do you have one on in your inventory?
So I went to 0. Sorry, not to interrupt, but I went to 0,
No, no.
and I'm on like the death saves. Is that what I should have been doing?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab whatever cloth I can spare from either a cloak or my own clothing, and like rip it off, and try to grab the spear out of his hands so that it stops doing things to him.
All right. Do you want to try to stabilize? Are you focusing on trying to like stabilize him from bleeding out?
Yes.
Okay. Can you make a medicine check?
Oh God. Okay. Gonna be +2.
All right. So that is +2, so it's actually an 11.
Yeah, +2.
Okay. All right. So Ragnar immediately jumps into action, grabs a piece of cloth, runs over, and right where his hand is holding the spear seems to be. It's almost like these veins in his arm kind of almost formed around the spear, and that's where all this blood was rushing out. So you kind of tourniquet that off with the cloth, and the bleeding stops. You said you were also trying to like pull the spear out of his hand.
I want to get it so it's not contacting his flesh anymore.
Okay.
So I'm gonna like move it away from him and like kind of cover it up.
Yep.
Kind of
Make
like
a strength.
Lanfear in Lord of the Rings.
Can I actually give him enhance ability for that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do
Do
I
you
get
wanna-
to know
do
ahead
you
of
wanna
time?
Do you want to interrupt him? Like, do you want to be like, whoa, wait, or are you just gonna?
Yeah, I want to kind of interrupt him and let him know that I'm going to help him with this. And let's see, what kind of check is this? Am I allowed to know or no?
What kind of check he's making?
Yes.
It looks like he's using, he's getting a good grip on it where he's trying to yank it with all his strength.
Okay, so I'm gonna give him bull strength, strength checks, and well, I guess it doubles capacity for carrying too. But yeah,
All right. So,
so
you can use that at what level are you casting that at?
I'm casting that at 4th level. Actually, no, I'm not.
Yeah, I think that just increases the targets, right?
Yeah. I'm casting it at 3rd level.
Okay. All right, and then that gives him advantage on his strength check, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Ragnar, you can make a strength check, and you get to roll twice, and take the higher of the two. And you feel yourself as you reach down, and you hear Juniper behind you, whispering her druidic kind of runes. You do feel yourself, kind of some vitality and strength and energy come back to you.
It's plus +5.
And you feel like really strong, like stronger than you normally do. And you reach down thinking you're, you know, and Alaric is unconscious. But for some reason, as strong as you are right now, and you're trying to pull this spear out of his hands, it won't come free.
So Ragnar's eyes turn bright red and his face gets all red like a tomato. And he's just screaming, lads, this is a vampiric weapon. It's gonna steal away his life essence. We need to get it off his skin now. And he just keeps trying to pull till his head pops.
What's everyone else doing?
So I finally get my pants up.
Takes a while to wrap that hog up.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
It's it.
jeez.
I had
It's it. So I finally get my pants up, and I look over to the commotion, and I see that puddle, because there's a big puddle, right? And I see what happened for the most part, right, Dan?
Yeah, you all kind of saw the same thing.
Figure it out, right? Okay. So I see it, and I go, "Oh no, he's fucking with blood magic! It can't be!" So I run over there, and I go to hack his arm off. No, I'm just kidding.
He pulls his pants
we're gonna-
down and starts peeing on me.
We're gonna turn you to RoboCop, lad.
Argo's gonna make you a silver hand.
No. So I want to get the spear. I want to try and wrench the spear out of his hand. If
we
I
combine?
can.
Can we do powers combined?
That's true.
That's not up. That's not up to me. That's.
Yes, you can always help each other, and you get advantage. So anytime someone's doing something, if you want to like genuinely kind of like assist them, and you can, like lifting something or pulling something, that's how it works. So someone else assisting you gives the primary person advantage.
Yeah. So I'd like to rip it out.
All right. So you can make a strength check as well,
Okay.
also with advantage. Because Ragnar's helping you. So kind of more like you walked over and you're like, let me try this.
So we'll take
then-
20. The 17 plus 3.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So 20.
All right. This time you start pulling, Ragnar's pulling with you, and you're pulling, and finally you're like you're about to give up, and the little like veins and tendrils and stuff kind of tear as you're able to pull the spear away from him.
Can I crack it in
Okay,
half?
better than
Can
one.
I want to break it over my knee like Jose Canseco did with the baseball bat
But
that
do you
time
wanna-
over his head.
But lad, do you want to contact the spear with your flesh? Might not be a good idea.
I'm a paladin. I should be okay. Famous last words.
I'm a paladin. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
All right.
Come on, that makes it interesting. Yeah, I'd like to break it over my head like Jose Canseco did the baseball bat. That's what I'd like to do.
Over your head.
Oh, we'll see you later, Punch. Have a good one, brother.
No, it's that time of the night where Discord boots him off.
It has to kick him off at least 3 times.
Yeah.
We should do an over-under on that.
Discord doesn't like gnomes.
I'd love to know what that is. I've never seen that happen to anybody.
It's consistent.
Discord hates
Are you on
gnomes.
you're on a Windows machine, right? You're on a PC?
Yeah.
Probably time for a fresh reinstall.
Yeah, that always works for me.
That's the Adam Lastoria cure for everything. I had really bad hemorrhoids once, and he's like, "Hey, man, just fresh Windows reinstall. You should be fine." And you know what? It worked.
Yeah,
Fucking worked.
like a charm.
Well, yeah, the hemorrhoid pulled right back up into your butt because your computer was destroyed.
Still had audio problems, but the hemorrhoids are gone.
Everything tightened right up.
Fucking Will looks so sad over there. He's just like, he looks
Dude,
so
Will's not
sad.
sad. He's got 3
Hello,
kids that
darkness,
he
my
doesn't
old
have to
friend.
deal with right now. Will's like, this is
I'm in my
heaven. Can this
basement.
never end?
It's nice and quiet.
He's not
Playing
responsible.
D&D. I am not sad.
All right. So how are you trying to break this? Over your knee? Trying to snap it over
Oh
your knee?
man, I do want to take it and just fucking smash it over my head. But what is it made of? Metal or wood?
Wood.
Over my head.
Okay. Right, make a strength check.
Hell yeah. Can I get advantage because I'm being creative? Maybe is that a thing?
No.
Plead my case. No. Okay.
No.
Overruled.
Thanks for trying to break my weapon,
Yeah,
man.
Brady.
All right, 15. You know, not
All
bad.
right. Roll a 1d4.
Oh fuck! I'm taking damage. That's fine as long as it breaks.
Does that sweatshirt say something on the sleeve, Danny?
Overwatch.
That's cool. I like that. Is that new?
Yep. Brand new.
I like it.
All right. You take this spear, thinking it's gonna be pretty easy to just crack over your head, and you bring it down with pretty good force. It doesn't even bend, and you take 3 damage as you crush yourself on top of the head with a very solid magical item.
Ooh.
Now, this is the spear that like he was holding the whole time, right?
I had been using this. I'm sorry. I'm unconscious. I'm not talking.
What's that condition that NFL players get from the head blows?
CTE.
Can we write in a CTE thing at the end of the campaign, Dan? Where, like, I murdered my whole family.
Sword and kill.
Murder my whole family.
Have you watched the Aaron Hernandez documentary?
Yes.
No, I heard it's really
That's
dark,
messed
though.
up, man. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I don't
It's
mean to
like-
make light of CTE if anybody's watching. I just, sorry.
It's legit. It's definitely
I'm
legit.
getting canceled. That's it.
You're done, man.
I'm done. It's over now.
It's 2020. 2021. You can't poke fun at anything.
I'm tweeting it right now.
Yeah, that's already making the rounds.
Wait till Twitter bans you.
I'm out of the parlor, folks. We'll see you there.
All right. Deckard is kind of made his way around the corner and is running off that direction. Alaric is not bleeding out anymore, but he sits there. Let's see what-
Yeah, he's all fucked up.
Well, you are sitting at what, 0 hit points there, Adam.
Yeah, I was. Nothing officially went off yet, right? I was sending messages before. I didn't miss something, did I?
No, you won't have to make a death savings throw because you've been stabilized.
Okay.
Well, Juniper would probably conjure up her healing spirit, that stressed out little squirrel, and send it over since she had moved over there with Ragnar to help remove the spear.
Does the squirrel have a name?
It does, but you guys don't know what
Skirbo?
it is yet.
Okay.
You know what Skirbo works. We'll
It's
go with
Skirbo. It is Skirbo.
Yeah, we'll go with that. So let's see. That it returns 1d6 hit points to the creature, and the spirit can heal a number of times equal to 1 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is 3. So it can heal
Are
4
you
times.
sure about that?
I mean, I can link a source.
No. We'll take it your word.
All right, and I'm casting it at 3rd level.
Heals for 800 HP.
Yep, it heals you to full, and
Amber's
plus
like,
500 strength.
I get to heal Alaric.
Let's see. So I'm gonna do 1.
So what's your spellcasting modifier?
It's 3.
So it can heal up to 4 times.
Exactly. Can I use all 4 of those casts on him?
Yep, that'll make about a minute of time sort of go by for
Okay.
what it's worth. But yeah, you can use all 4 of those. and just sort of let it hover there over him for like a minute and heal him up.
Does this affect other people that are nearby or just one target?
5-foot cube.
Give it a second. That's not right.
Because I'm
Sparkle, we gotta have Stinkbag come back soon.
Okay.
Stinkbag's still around?
We haven't seen him since he went to Barovia.
Ooh, that tickled me a little bit. Bo Jackson broke the bat over his head, not Jose Canseco.
So basically, you roll 2d6, right? 4 times.
Bo doing it.
Oh, 2d6 4 times?
Jose,
I think
the
so,
ball
right?
hit him in the head and went over the
I
fence.
didn't. I thought it was just 1d6 points to the creature, and then it
But
would
you
do
said-
it 4 times. So I don't think it would be 2.
I think it says when you cast this using 3rd level or higher,
Oh,
the healing increases by 1d6 for each slot above 2nd. So yeah, I think you get 2d6 4 times,
okay.
which is crazy.
So should I just roll 2 more d6?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, so 18.
D6 4 times. It's 8d6, right? So you got 2 more. No, 2 more.
Oh, excellent. I can math.
24.
Look at that. You're feeling better already.
Yeah, so Alaric, you do sort of you snap awake. You feel really awful and groggy. Your whole right arm is like super sore. You've got something wrapped around your wrist. You are no longer holding your spear. It's in Thoradin's hands. He's actually kind of standing there with it over his head, and he's got this like funny look on his face. He's kind of rubbing the top of his head. Ragnar's standing right next to him, and the little squirrel that you saw at Yester Hill is just fluttering like just inches from your face, and just this waves of like warmth are coming over you as you feel better.
Juniper
And you're-
kind of like leans in and whispers, "His name is Gerbo."
His name is Skirbo.
Skirbo.
Okay. Do I stand up? Can I stand up? I mean,
You
do
do
I
whatever
feel
you
that?
want now. You're laying on the ground. You're conscious. You've got 24 hit points now.
24. Okay, that was what I wanted to check. I wasn't paying attention.
And you're conscious. And Thoradin has your spear.
Okay, so I guess the first thing I would do. I remember everything that happened.
You remember everything up to the point where you shouted up into the clouds, and then
Okay.
everything went black.
So I knew
And
what
then
I
you-
was doing and kind of what was going on. Okay.
Oh yeah, remember all that vividly. You open your eye. The next thing you know, you're opening your eyes to the little fluttering squirrel.
So how close am I to Thoradin? I mean, we're like.
Oh, Thor! I'm assuming Thoradin, you walked
I
over
know,
to
we've
him, right?
all moved
Yep.
around on the map. So,
Yep.
okay. So if he's right like on top of me, if I stand up and I see him, I don't know if he's like recovering from smashing the spear into his head or what's going on, but I'm going to try to just as quickly as possible grab the spear back from him, almost like I'm the older brother and my younger brother just took a toy from me.
Like,
Right, and I'm just like, whoa, nope, that's mine.
No, you can't have that.
Right.
Do I have to beat you in an arm wrestling match again in front of all your friends?
You can't, so that's fine.
You can't.
Especially
so-
because you're pretty dazed from smashing that thing into your head. It seems like.
Yeah, and you got like 8 health.
So Thoradin, Alaric grabs for the spear back. Do you let him have it, or do you guys fight over it?
Hell no, brother.
Ragnar,
Hell
take
no.
the-
All right, so
Hell
you
no.
both make a strength check.
That's
with your
right.
modifiers. This is just a straight up challenge. Whoever's higher.
Oh, whoop. That was an amber roll. Sorry.
Oh wow. Well, you win.
Wow.
Yeah, we're not calling it that.
Well,
We're not calling it that.
Good luck
It's not a
beating
thing.
147.
Sorry, Big Amber.
All right. So strength. It's just my strength plus my. Or it's just my modifier, right?
Right.
It's Amber's bodybuilding name.
15.
All right. Matt.
16.
Oh,
I'd have got him 10.
you can't get it out of his hands. Maybe it's because you're weak. Maybe 'cause, you just stood up, but or he was holding it pretty tightly and doesn't seem to want to let you have it back.
It's funny alone. Good. What?
So
Leave it be.
he's got it in his hand, both his hands, and we're kind of like holding it up in front of us, and I'm grabbing it, and or while I'm down. I mean,
It's like a
I'm
straight up tug of war,
47
like you
feet
guys
taller
are-
than her.
Yeah, you could technically you could lift him and the spear. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so that's right. That is actually what I was gonna say. So I don't know how I'm holding it, which way my hands are, but I'm going to try. I mean, if we're literally both, all four hands on the spear, playing tug of war, I'm going to try to. I don't know if I can just keep doing strength checks and shit, but I'm going to try to like do a pull up with him to kind of like make him lose his footing, and kind of benefit me being able to put my whole body into gripping it.
All right, make an athletics check.
Okay.
Well, I'm a heavy fuck. Very heavy.
Well,
and
I'm a big
and I-
fuck, so.
and I have armor.
Oh, it's the same thing. Sorry. Ugh, 12.
Ah!
You only needed a 10.
Okay.
Oh, fuck me.
Hold on one second.
Well, I have dwarven grip, and I don't let go.
Dwarven grip.
From working the metal for many years in the
Just use
forge.
it.
Making up rules on the fly.
And he triples
It's
his
a
weight.
feat. It's a racial bonus. Dwarven grip.
You can lift in pounds 30 times your strength score.
So it's
What's your strength at?
19?
Adam?
Well, 19 plus 4.
is it 690
23.
pounds?
It'd be like 360 pounds, probably, right?
570.
Oh man.
I work out.
So
Well-
yeah, so you lift the spear. So you're pulling back and forth, and then you just grab the spear with kind of like with a little more leverage, and you now lift Thoradin off the ground. He's still holding onto your spear though, and he's like dangling up in the air.
This,
So Thoradin, what are you gonna do?
I'm holding on for dear life.
Okay, so then
And-
Alaric's going to scream, and he's going to say, Hopemender, let go of my spear.
So I kick him in the balls.
Kick me in the balls. Do you know how far away you are from me? You're dangling
How
up in the
tall-
air like
how
a
tall are
Muppet
you?
baby. What are you talking about?
How tall are you? What do you want, stilts? How tall is he?
I'm a big, tall You're holding on one end of my All right, go ahead, sorry. He's going to try to kick me in the balls.
Yeah, he's
I
like
mean, my,
You can't even hit my hands.
you're not even as big as Andre the Giant, let's face it.
And you're not as big as my 10-year-old kid.
I'm 3'5".
Yeah, there you go.
Well, on the way up, can't I kick him kick him in his face then? I'll kick him in his fucking face. Fine, not your balls.
You can try to kick at him. Just let's do that.
Fine,
Roll,
fine.
Roll D20.
Just plain old D20.
Just attack. No, this is like a melee attack.
Okay. Right.
Oh,
But I have Tavern Brawler. I should get a bonus. That's fine. Whatever.
You miss, and because you missed like that, Adam, if you or Alaric, if you want to like shake him off or knock him off or something like that, it's one more athletics check.
Okay.
Shit.
Oops.
Too big. Too damn big.
21.
Oh, that'll do it.
So you lift him up in the air, and he's kicking at you, trying to kick at your hands and at your face and stuff like that, and you just kind of do a flick with the blood spear, and he goes forward, and you go flying off and kind of crumple to the ground. At this point, Deckard has Deckard, unless you're waiting for the group, unless you pause and wait, you've moved out of the square and are now down one of the alleys.
Okay, so he just. Sorry, go ahead, Deckard.
Do I see the parents? Am I feel like I get them closer?
Well, tell me, did you continue to follow them, or did you wait for your group?
So let me make sure I don't meta this. So I'm turning the corner, and that's when all this crazy stuff happened with Alaric.
Yeah, I kind of like was trying to do a parallel thing where you were kind of running.
Okay.
And
So
then
did I see this as I was running like toward the group?
No, you didn't.
Okay. Because if I did, that would have probably derailed me. So if I didn't see it, I'm just kind of caught up on what I saw right now, which I will share with the group. I get it. So Deckard, yeah, like I'm on that scent, and I'm hoping that I can find these parents.
Okay, then I'll snap over to you. The last thing you saw was Spargle rummaging through Ezek's stuff, and you kind of shouted out to the group, and then you turned the corner. Right as you kind of changed your point of view, your line of sight, that's when everything went down with Alaric, and it's been about, 30, 40 seconds. They summoned the healing spirit, kind of let that do its thing. So you got way down an alley, okay, away from the square, and you follow the scent, and the scent's getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and you come around the corner, and they're in an alley. You see the couple. You see this like younger couple just crashed out in the alley with like an empty pie tin on their lap, and they're just like, one's laying on the other one, and they're just staring at this pile of garbage at the end of the hallway, and they're just smiling, and the lady's like rubbing the guy's hair, and he's just like smiling, and they're just like totally glazed out in another universe right now.
So they're the ones sitting in the corner at a Fish concert.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Yep. So, yeah, I approach them and I like shake the dad, the male.
Okay. And as soon as you shake him, he like looks around. And it's just like someone you woke up in the middle of the night. Oh, what? Oh,
and
who are you?
Hey man, what was that? Your little girl that went away with the old lady selling the pies?
He looks down. As soon as you say pies, he's grabbing at the tin, and he's like looking around, and he grabs his wife's or the lady's tin, and he's like looking for crumbs and stuff. He goes, "Oh man, what, who?
How did you get these pies, man? What did you trade to get these pies?"
He looks down, and he looks like despondent for a second. He looks sad for a minute, and then he looks back up, and he goes, "Man, where did she go? We got to get a couple more." And then he starts to stand up and like look around. He's not looking at his wife. He's not answering you. He's like, "Where did she go? I need to get more now."
I grab him by the shirt collar, and I slam him up against the wall in the alley.
Okay.
Hey,
make an intimidation check.
Okay. I think I'm -2 on that, if I can remember right. I am. Mr. Charisma.
Oh Jesus!
I rolled a 0.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
he's like, "Man, come on, put me down." He goes, I gotta go find that lady. She's not gonna be back till the next festival.
All right, now I punch him in the face.
Okay, roll an attack.
And then what is 19 plus whatever.
All right,
unarmed. What's my unarmed?
You're holding him plus the strength check, I think. So it's +3, maybe.
Yeah,
Either way.
+3.
Either way, you're holding him like this, and you just crack, and his whole head's like snaps back, and his eyes like go out for a second. Blood starts rushing down his face, and he looks back up at you, and like he refocuses on you, and suddenly he's like, "Fuck, man."
Listen, you freaky, you druggie. I don't have time for this. You had a little girl with you when you were arguing with that old lady who's selling the pies. I want to know what happened to the little girl.
Tess, Tess. And he seems to have a moment of like clarity. And he says, she'll be back. She's just gotta help the family out a little bit. She's gotta, earn her keep. She'll be back. I'm sure she will.
What do you mean she's got to earn her keep? Tell me more.
Oh, I mean, we ran out. We didn't have enough money for pies, and we needed them. So Tess she'll go work at the pie factory with the old woman, and she'll come back next week, and hopefully we'll get a credit for a couple more pies.
Ugh.
Make a perception check. Or what's your passive perception? Okay, make a perception check.
Ooh, natural 20.
You are 100% sure that he knows he's lying and he's just saying this to himself, and you think that he realizes he's never going to see his daughter again, and he's trying to make himself feel better.
Deckard, still with this guy's shirt in his fist, goes, "You son of a bitch! I oughta." And my bow's still on fire, by the way. So I like hold the flame like up right under his chin with my bow. Freaking probably burn him a little bit. I'm like, I should kill you right here in this alley, man. You're freaking giving away your daughter for some drugs. You know what you just did? She ain't coming back. She's dead, son. I ought to kill you right now.
He's terrified. He's in pain now. He's having this moment of sort of clarity, and he is like you start to see tears in his eyes, and he's looking down. He's like, oh man, but there's no escape. They're the only way, man. We're not gonna survive here without them.
So Deckard just kind of realizing what's going on here. He's like, tell me what you know about the little girl. Is it your daughter?
Yeah. Tess was our girl.
Her name's Tess?
Yes.
And did she want to go with that old lady? Would you make her?
He's crying and like over sobs. He's like, we told her it'd be all right. I don't know why'd I do that.
I punch him right in his face again before he even finishes. And I'll roll if I have to. Deckard. Oh God, I probably miss 8 to punch him in the face.
Yeah, you do. You hit him. That's with your modifier?
+3, yeah, 8.
Oh, 8, yeah. You punch him, like you connect, but you just don't hit him hard enough to actually cause any damage. But he notices you're still trying to pummel him, at least.
All right, so then I slam him to the ground. Like I literally just grab him by his shirt, throw him on the ground, and I storm out of the alley back towards.
All right, roll another d4.
A d4?
Yeah, actually roll 2 d4s because I didn't ask you to when you punched him in the face.
Oh, there's 1. 4. Shit, I'm gonna kill this guy.
All right, we'll roll the other one.
5.
Yeah. So, when you slam his body down, you notice it bounces and then is just kind of unconscious.
All right, whatever. Wait, really? He's a crap.
Yeah. He's unconscious. He seems to be. There seems to be a lot of blood coming out of his nose. And
I
ears
pause.
and stuff.
I turn when I see that. I check him, see if he's.
Yeah, he's unconscious and bleeding out.
Shit.
In the meanwhile, his wife is still she's looking kind of at you and watching this all happen, but she's smiling and giggling.
Shit, I just killed her dad.
Maybe find a friend that can help you heal him.
Yeah. So Deckard realizes he's dead. So now Deckard comes flying out of the alley. Right back to the square. So you guys have just like experienced like kind of hell come out of nowhere and attack Alaric, and then he and where you and Thoradin were fighting, and then you see Deckard come out, and I don't know if I should describe this or if you want to describe it, Dan.
Why don't you? The rest of the group can assume they didn't see or hear any of this, and you could kind of just in your own words.
So
I'm gonna grab a beer while you do that. I can hear you on my AirPods.
Deckard comes flying back into the square. Bow's on fire. He's been a freaking idiot for the last minute. You don't know what the hell he's talking about. Screaming, guys! I accidentally. I need you to come heal this guy. I punched a dude out. He's gonna die if someone doesn't come. Give him a quick heal. I need some help.
Jennifer looks very concerned and goes along with him.
All right, Juniper. Yeah, come on, girl. I need some help, man. I screwed up. I'm sorry. Follow me. And I bring you to the alley. And I show you who he is. And on the way, I'm so worked up. And you kind of hear me being like, his daughter, he gave her away. He gave his daughter away to the old hag. And she's going to bring him back. She's going to bring her back to that windmill. And I don't know what she's going to do with her. Like, I'm trying to tell you what's happening, but you almost don't. I don't know. You probably doesn't make any sense to you, but all you gather from me is something about a little girl and her father gave her away for some pie. And I punched him too hard and accidentally knocked him out, and he might be dying.
Lana, are you saying there's more pies over there? Because I could use another pie.
I bring you into the alley, and you see the lady laying there, zoned out, and this dude bleeding out on the ground.
Oh no.
No.
He doesn't look so good, Lottie.
Yeah, and he's on death's door too. You can tell he's got a lot of blood coming out of him. Doesn't look good.
All right. Well, he's gonna get a level 1 Skirbo. Let's see. Actually, no, I don't have a level 1. I have a level 2. 1d6. Spellcasting modifier. Okay, so is that going to be 6 total? D6? Am I reading that right?
Depends how long you concentrate on it and leave it there, but it'll be 1d6 per every 10 seconds.
Okay, so let's see. So let's say 66. $23.
So as soon as the magical squirrel comes out and lands on this guy, he immediately you almost see the blood reverse direction. He looks super healthy. He looks like 100%, within seconds. A lot more than it did for Alaric even. And he his eyes pop open again. He's looking at Deckard. He looks super confused. He's looking at the woman who's sitting in the alley, and yeah.
I mean, his pores are clear.
And okay, Deckard kind of turns to Juniper. Thank you, Juniper. I got a little carried away there. I still want to kill this piece of shit, but
he starts cowering. Now he's terrified of you, and just every word you say, he cringes a little bit and is trying to make some distance from you.
Skirbo kind of runs off into the foliage and turns around before he enters it and points one little finger out and chitters angrily before he jumps into it.
And yeah, so I just say to him, look, man, I'm gonna find your daughter, but I ain't sure I'm bringing her back to you. And I leave.
Right as he says that, Thoradin lets out a loud burp.
Are you two fighting still over the spear, just out of curiosity? Are we good?
So
I
I'll
wanted
step-
to, but
I don't know.
So I'll step back from the spotlight here, and I don't know if you're going to join me, Juniper, but I start walking back towards the square.
Deckard, you can't keep kids. You got to give that guy his kid back. I didn't hear a lot of it, but I don't think that we can bring a kid with us. It doesn't
Well,
seem like a good idea. There's been a lot of things that have tried to kill us lately. It's not a good environment for a child.
I know you're right. They're drug at. They sold their daughter for some pies.
they got drugs.
They sold their daughter to an old hag that's gonna put that little girl into like a soup concoction of like slime and grossness.
I mean, that sounds like a career path to me. It doesn't look like a lot of their people have things to do besides go to a festival. I mean, she's got something to do here. She's got her niche. We should probably move along.
You didn't see this windmill, and when I say
Lad.
that, you see Deckard like kind of shiver, like
You keep mentioning the windmill. We burned the windmill down. Sparkle burnt it to a crisp.
I know the
Right.
nightmare of this whole like how these kids got there too is like even like.
oh
'Cause
yeah.
I didn't feel bad enough about this whole thing. But
So
you
this
know,
is
the
just
fact that
Juniper
these
and me
kids were
talking near the
also-
alley, right?
I thought I was with you guys. Didn't you drag me
Oh,
over
did you
there?
come too,
Yeah, I
Thornton?
thought we came too. Yeah.
I
Yeah, you
thought
guys
I
were
was
good.
there.
Oh, okay, yeah. Never mind. So it's all three of us. I'll be like, Thornton, man, but she had all those kids, remember? In the windmill. Like, what was she doing with them?
And if she did, then they're all dead because Sparkle toasted that son of a bitch down.
Well, she's collecting new ones then, man. Like,
Maybe
It's all right.
Blackwind's alive.
oh snap.
For a second, Juniper, as Deckard's explaining the scenario to you, you have the thought and kind of, but you ushered out of your brain that trading a kid for dream pastries seems like an okay deal.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you're going to bring something with you on a long trip, it would be a meat pie as opposed to a child. That sounds like the correct line of thinking there.
Wait, so what's the connection between the kids and the pies? Do we know what's going on with that? Is that a
I haven't
thing?
explained it. So I go, all right, come on.
Everything's
I'll explain to everybody in the square. Let's go.
Everything's
I
fine.
got
Everything's fine.
So
Okay, all right.
So
I-
Ragnar, Spargle, sorry, real quick, what are you guys doing? Are you guys?
How does it? I asked Lark, are you okay? Are you doing better now? You're like,
Yeah, Ragnar's very concerned with the Alara.
yeah. You said some weird things about a chieftain and something, and then you like almost bled out.
You bled out in front of us, lad.
Yeah.
So I have okay. So if this is all being said at the same time, I have just gotten my spear back from Thornton as I chucked him off the end of it. Right. So like
Yeah,
I
you
just,
psycho.
So I just like threw him, and he's rolling down the road.
Fucking wacko.
And then my buddies are behind me asking me these questions.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
we're-
your precious back. What do you think?
We're,
Alaric's gonna turn around. No, he's not even gonna turn around. He's gonna be holding the spear. He's gonna kind of be looking over his shoulder at them, just like out of the corner of his eye, and he's gonna go,
All right,
"I'm
fuck
fine."
you. All right, so
Well,
far.
clearly you're not fine. I had to do some tricks with medicine to bring you back from the brink.
Alaric turns around and he's doing the mangina from fucking Silence of the Lambs. He's like, "Alright, fuck me."
Are you sure the spear's okay? Are you sure this thing's good for you, Lark?
Yes, yeah, I'm very confident that it'll be good for me.
Blood magic.
What do you know about it?
I know that with great power comes great responsibility, and
With that, he shoots a web at the top of the barracks and swings off into the...
and
Where's Uncle Ben?
and this spear will allow me to help us on our travels through Barovia.
Then why did it try to kill you?
Yeah, that's the part I don't like.
It was just a test of strength, but we'll get through.
So, can I walk? Can I walk away with Sparkle? All right, so I'm gonna make a look at Spargle, and I'm gonna go just like walk on this other side of the bonfire here.
Okay.
And, like,
As you're
motion
walking
back
away, I
and
go,
forth.
is that considered a pass of your test? As I'm walking away.
Did you pass or fail?
Did you pass? Is that a passing grade? Almost dying.
Did you say that to me?
Yeah, it was where
Oh,
he was
okay.
pulling me away. I'm like, you said it's a test of strength, and I just said, is that considered a pass?
I'm gonna give you the thumbs up with a half-cocked smirk. Not really sure. Alaric is trying to. He's not trying to. I'm trying to make it seem like Alaric is a little confused with everything that's going on as well. A little
Okay.
bit, little unsure.
Okay. And then and I look at Ragnar. I'm
I
like,
grab Spargle, and I just look at him, and I say this: Spargle, we had a lad in Mithril Hall who had a weapon like this, and it didn't end well. It never does with these kinds of weapons. Is there a way you can cast some kind of identification spell on this? Because I think there's something going on here, and I don't think he has it under control at all.
yeah. Do you think he's gonna be willing? I do need it to like. I believe I do have to like spend a little time with it.
Oh, you have to hold it.
I have to at least touch it. I guess. I can ask him.
I don't think he can. I don't think he can be trusted with this if we're gonna go try to move on with our quest. And I just think he's gonna eventually snap. And how many times can we bring him back if that happens again?
Yeah. Okay. Let me try. So I'll walk back over to Alaric and I just look at him. I'm like, can I see the spear?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. So, Alaric would probably, his initial reaction would be to just give it to you, somebody he knows, a friend of his. But then he would like pull it back real quick, and kind of be a little unsure. But then he would rethink and then proceed to give it to you.
Okay.
Kind of like Bilbo.
And then
Little bit.
I'm going to, I'll cast Identify, and I'm gonna use a slot instead of a ritual.
Okay, and how long does that take?
It's weird. It says instantaneous under duration, but like under the, you know how you have that, it says 1 minute plus 10 minute as the ritual. So I think the ritual is 10 minutes, but I don't know if it's minute or instantaneous. It's weird. It
I
says
think one is if it's a ritual, and the other is if you use a spell slot. I think, right? So it's like
yes. Okay. So but it says duration instantaneous. So I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Casting time 11 minutes. Duration. Oh, which it means it's just once you
finish it.
Once you finish it, yeah, it's done. It's like
Okay, so about a minute then, I guess, right? Since I'm burning a slot, which I did just click. Or do we want to? I don't know. However you.
Yeah, I don't know why it says as ritual on your sheet. Is that something you
'cause
have?
It is as an
only-
option.
Oh,
Like
it's
any of
as
those
an
ones.
option. Okay, yep. Then
Yeah.
that's fine. I would say you can click it off, and
I'll click it
you can
again.
cast it. It'll take about a minute, which is about the same amount of time Deckard and Juniper and Thoradin were doing their thing. So I'm good with that. Let me send you what you know about it.
Okay. And I'll explain to you, Lark, too. Like as I'm doing because I'm casting something, I'm like, I just want to learn more about it. I'll give it back. I just want to learn more about it. Like, what scares me is the remember that shrub thing that we got, that wand. I just want to know if there's other prices that you have to pay with this, and maybe you don't know about.
Okay.
All right, I'm Punch. I'm sending you this on Discord here. and that's as much as you know.
Alrighty.
All right. And Ragnar, you're kind of over there with Spargle. Wait, now Spargle, you're back by Alaric with the blood spear. Okay, so you guys are checking out the spear and talking to Alaric. The rest of the group's over there, going WWF on a bunch of commoners and then bringing them back to life. What do you guys all want to do next?
Yeah, I say, Bills, why don't we head back into the square and I'll kind of make sense of all this insanity that I'm carrying out right now.
I guess group up.
So the three of you head back over towards the other three?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then Deckard, what do you want to say or do? And so you guys are all kind of hanging out there.
So does Alaric look kind of worse for wear?
Yeah.
Deckard
Yeah,
walks up.
he looks kind of pale and weak and stuff. I mean, he bled out and is now at about half health, third health.
Is there like blood all over the ground too?
Yeah, it's pooled like huge pile of blood.
I walk up, I look at Alaric, I look at the blood, and Deckard just go, "Fuck happened to you, man?" He just looks at you like, "What the fuck? What the hell?"
By the way, I'll hand it back to you, Lurk.
Okay. Alaric would respond, I'm just trying to improve myself, my friend.
That is
All
not
right.
you. That is not you.
I know a little bit. I mean, I know basics of I mean, I did a little bit of investigation on this, and I can tell you a little bit about it. I mean, I was very worried because of what you said, Ragnar, but also with that shrub that I when I looked into that, it could create insanity or cause insanity. This thing's going to give you a temporary boost when you're fighting, but that'll go away when you're done fighting. And I think you had enough hits on that to that's just where you would have been without that spear. It might have just kept you alive and fighting longer. So I don't think it doesn't seem to be a dangerous thing.
I don't like blood magic, lad. I don't agree with you having it.
I hear this.
We're talking
I hear
about-
you say that.
Yeah.
What makes you think that there's blood magic going on here?
Seeing it with my own eyes.
Do you have eyes, lad? Don't you see what it's doing to you? It's ripping you apart, lad. It's tearing at your very soul.
When you say when you say all that, you're implying that the weapon is tearing at my soul?
Yeah.
Alaric is going to take the spear because he's a massive, awesome man, and he is going to hold it in one hand and just roll it off the tip of his fingers at Thoradin. Meaning, I don't mean like viciously. I mean like tossing it to him like he could take it and do whatever he wants with it.
I don't think it's like imposing its will on him or anything. If that's worth anything.
You gonna try to catch it? Or you gonna let it hit in your face like my stupid dog?
The first option.
So my dog catches things.
That's how my
Just
puppy
smack her
catches
in the
things.
side
She's
of the
like,
face.
"Whoa, what hit me in the face?"
Don't you want that big battle axe that Isaac had, lad? Look at it. It's so huge.
Sure, yeah. Give any formidable weapon will work for me.
All right, so take that, and then we'll get rid of the spear, no problem.
Well, I still have my greatsword, so I don't need that mundane orcish axe.
Oh,
As when Alaric says orcish,
Mundane.
he kind of shudders.
well, orcish guilt, self-guilt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Doesn't like it.
you hate to see it.
So yeah, at that,
Yeah,
at that
so-
point, Alaric would pull out his greatsword still, because he does have that.
All right, so Adam throws, Alaric throws me the spear.
Uh-huh.
I catch it. Do I have to roll to catch it, or can I just
No,
assume I
you,
catch
you
it?
can you get
It
it.
was,
He
yeah.
was
it
trying.
before
I-
it was.
I want to try and break it again.
Okay.
You
Strength
guys,
check.
this might be a pretty good thing to have. We
It's
have
almost-
some nasty fights here, and this is a pretty.
Spargle, I think the spear got a hold of you too, lad. I think it's making you go crazy.
He didn't touch it.
I don't think so,
Sparkle.
but okay.
Spargle, can you explain why it drained all of his energy and brought him to the brink of death? And will that
Yeah,
happen again?
because he was hurt anyway. It provides him temporary power. All right, like while he fights. It didn't create wounds that he didn't have though.
But he's
He
gonna
got
get
wounds
wounded.
anyway. It just kept him going. It temporarily sustains you while you fight. He probably would have dropped in the middle of the fight if he didn't have it, based after the licks that he was taking from Izek.
Then how do you explain all the crazy shit he was saying?
He didn't fight.
Well, there's some history with this weapon too.
He
about
was
its
killing
original
guards.
owner.
They were barely leaving a scratch on him. There's more to this spear.
That's not out of the ordinary, just an FYI.
It's possible, but I don't think so. I just think it's a pretty powerful spear that gives you temporary. I mean, it's magic. It definitely helps him. It would help him with his attacks when he strikes things. It's definitely it's very effective.
All right, you know what? Fine.
But I'm just telling you what I learned through my spell. I knew right away when we looked at that druidic wand, I think it was, that was the blackened wood. When I did this with that, I knew that it had power. It was a powerful item, but it also runs the.
Nope.
It got him. It got him.
Ponchos timed out.
The spear got him.
The spear got him.
Blood magic.
It was that damn spear.
Blood magic got your internet connection.
It was that damn.
But I
spear.
did know that wand. I knew there was a chance of insanity, which is why I thought it wouldn't be worth for us to try to use it. This doesn't seem to have anything like that. I don't know.
He's speaking in tongues, lad. He mentioned some character I've never heard of before.
Thoradin, what's going on with your friends here? I stood by the big brute while he popped guards like a balloon. He barely took a scratch, and then that damn spear drained all of his energy. And
I'm gonna try and-
He got walloped. He was walloped. He didn't.
Fine. I give you that, lad. I give you that. That's fine. But then he's saying crazy shit after combat ends, and he's getting.
That's
he's
true.
getting that is true, and that's why I want to break the damn spear and end it.
No.
So
Well,
you're saying all this as you have the spear, right?
Correct.
So
Yes.
please do what you want with it.
All right, I'm gonna break it.
All right, straight check.
All right, let's go. Give me 20, baby. Natural 20.
Probably won't matter.
8. Big 8 coming in.
do you know how many
All right.
meat pies we could buy?
Yeah, that's it. I'm done. Just give me fucking meat pies the rest of the night. I don't care if Crocus's fucking bones are in them. Blackwood bones.
Oh Jesus!
Do not invoke my name.
You're muted.
All right, so it doesn't break. All right, lad. It's your spear. Do it the fuck you want with it.
Ragnar throws his hands up.
You hand it back to him.
Yep.
All right, Alaric, you have your spear back.
Thanks.
And he's like,
He's gonna. Alaric's gonna.
fuck me.
Alaric's gonna throw it back on his shoulder.
And he goes,
All right.
we appreciate you giving it back. We appreciate it very much.
Deckard
Everything's fine
seems-
now.
Deckard seems really antsy about, like, I don't know what you guys are fucking around with here, but I got another problem that I'm trying to talk to you guys about. I don't know.
Yeah,
Decker,
yeah.
what you want to do at this point?
Yeah. All right, Deckard, what's going on? And now what's going on with you? You've been running around the square like a crazy man, shooting arrows off in some corner, yelling about the old lady.
Yeah, man. Sorry. It's been a crazy couple minutes down here, man. Like the second that big motherfucker started charging at Irina, I smelled something. And it smelled real bad. First I thought it was Thoradin's ass, but it wasn't.
Oh, wow.
It turned out I looked over to the woman selling the pies, and I don't know if you guys caught it or not. I think she was disguising herself, but it was the old hag from the windmill selling those pies. It was the woman that killed Blackwind. And in the middle of the fight, we're all fighting around here. Everyone's fleeing, everyone's running. She's standing there like nothing's happening, and she's arguing. I couldn't tell what was going on. She was arguing with these two people with a little girl. And in the midst of the fight, next thing I know, I look back. Those two people are walking away with pies. The old lady, the old hag, is walking off with a little girl. And all I could think about was just all these little kids, burning to death in the windmill from back,
The color just drains from
back during that nightmare. And I think she's collecting kids again, man. So I just felt like, I did a little blood magic myself and branded her. So I know right which direction she is, wherever she goes. But I think she's collecting these little kids again. And then I ran down here because I smelled her parents. Found them laying in the alley all wigged out on those damn pies like you weirdos were earlier. And they didn't even know what they traded. He straight up admitted it. He traded his daughter for some pies, man.
If you tried the pies, you'd do the same, lad.
I did try the pies, didn't I?
But did you?
You might have
Jennifer got one
might
for
not
everybody.
have impacted you.
I think I passed my
Yeah.
Constitution save.
Yeah, he got a dud pie.
You got it. Yeah, it probably had Blackwind bones in it. Not strong enough.
So anyway, that's why I was going crazy. And clearly I missed a little show over here with this spear. Whatever the hell happened there. But just figured I'd let you all know that that crazy woman's collecting children again.
Don't like it.
Does a
Well-
lark say that?
Do we think? I mean,
Yeah, something like that. Not,
Is she heading out
doesn't
of
look
town?
good, friends.
She was heading south. I can tell what direction she's in. Can't tell how far away she is. But I know I don't know if she's moved, Dan, but at least from what I could.
She seems to be southeast of you now.
Okay. Yeah, she's southeast.
if
All right, let me use the shitter and get a drink, and then we could go.
I think
It's
we better
about
be pretty ready if we're gonna fight her again. We lost Blackwind in our last tango with this lady, I don't want her taking kids, and I think we should put a stop to that. But I think we should probably be ready.
Yeah, that Lark has like 24 hit points right now, and Juniper isn't feeling like she's super magical at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should definitely head back and make sure Irina's okay. That's why I marked the old hag so that we could collect ourselves and figure out a game plan, and at least we'd know where to find her.
Ew, marked like a dog? Like you peed on her?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Ah,
Is that charisma?
pretty much.
Something like that.
That's a good observation, Juniper. That's kind of what it is. I tinkled on her a little bit.
you don't think she noticed?
That works well, lad. I do it all the time.
I pulled one out of Thornton's book.
It dissolved that guy's arm. So will that last for a while? That your tinkle?
Yeah, I mean, unless it'll last. Let me scroll in my head here through my spell book,
Let me check my player's handbook real quick.
and let me read it to you. Where is it? So
Your
whenever
brand
I
lasts
damage,
until you,
yep, go ahead.
until you dismiss it or apply a brand to another creature.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
I'd like to, at this time, summon Holyfield, if I may. It takes 10 minutes, so I'd like to start now. Maybe I could do it while we're walking back to the inn, if that's what we're gonna do.
Yep.
Yep,
I need a quick break. Do we want to say we're heading back towards the inn, or do you want to summon it here in the square and then head over?
I'll do it when we get to the inn.
And Deckard shares that. I was a little uneasy letting that greasy weirdo walk away from the arena.
I agree. I agree.
I'm not sure I trust that guy.
I don't trust him either, but we got to pick our spots, lad, and I think he was okay.
Yeah. No, but I do want to check in on her and make sure she's let's make sure. We probably should. Juniper's right. We should probably rest up. I'm a little tapped out too from.
Okay. Well, let's take a 5-minute break, and we're heading back to the Blue Water Inn.
Cool.
All right, cool. All right, ready? Break.
Great.
Hey, I'm back. It's a break time.
Oh, just in time.
It's break time. Well, I've been here the whole time. It's now that it's a break, I can talk.
Wakey.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, all I can say is y'all done fucked up.
We're avenging your death, man. I've got her branded.
Oh, you didn't? No, you didn't. You didn't fuck up at all. Oh my God, you're my champion. In fact, whoever has the Jade Frog, I'm gonna frame that shit for you.
Alaric has it. I got to get my Jade Frog brother back. I'm hoping I can go find the old hag and summon you from death.
I know.
Hell,
Hopefully,
wherever
what if
you are.
I'm not dead? What if I'm not dead? Wouldn't that be really cool?
Maybe I'll find it. How awesome would it be if we found you at the windmill and she's turned you into like an abomination?
Oh, that would be so good. I mean, that would be on brand for me. But yeah, you guys with the spear, you got.
Sorry, Dan. I'm
let
trying
that
not to
boy
steal the
have a
spotlight.
spear.
I was just trying to play that out. I didn't want to.
Go get that bitch.
Oh, you're
Go
muted.
Get her.
Dan.
No, I liked how that went. I like how we kind of like play them in parallel. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of doing a thing, and then we kind of snap back in time and see what they were doing, and then merge back up. That worked. That was perfect. I loved your explanation to the group. Kind of, you're just like your monologue of like kind of what you had perceived and all that. I thought that was spot on.
Right.
That was great. That was awesome.
Go get that bitch.
I'm still scared to do it. I don't know. I feel like we need to be level 10 before we go back there.
You guys got to kill her
I feel
before
like,
I've been
I feel
gone
like the
for a
windmill.
year.
The windmill's like that when you're playing like WoW when it was like good, like in vanilla, and like you accidentally wandered into Duskwood at like level 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what the old crone is.
I don't like her. I don't like what she did to my face. Just smashing it. You know, who knows though, Blackwood, he could be there. He could be in a pot of stew. You know? Or he could just be like teaching the kids like algebra. It's like, all right, y equals mx plus b. All right, I'm sorry, this old bitch is making me do this.
You're in charge of the orphanage.
Yeah. They're like,
Whatever's
Blackwood,
left
tell us
of it.
more about gerunds. And I'm like, well, a gerund is a noun, but it's when it's used as a verb.
So what's going on? Well, we have a second, Dan. I have two things I wanted to talk to you about. The first is, I was curious how it's all going with the sale. Have you gotten any more clarity around like the future of Acumen and?
Yeah, I mean they bought the whole company. They bought all the people. Everybody's moving over and going to become part of the new organization. And we're going to kind of operate as business as usual for a year. So we're
Wait,
about
someone bought Acumen?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Salesforce.
Salesforce bought Acumen?
Yeah.
Tell me you're getting like some sort of sick buyout. Like they're giving you a bonus, right?
Yeah, some people get some portion of the sale.
Salesforce, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean it should
Wow,
be good. It
congratulations.
should be really good for our people. You know, they're one of the top in workplaces and benefit. Their benefits are ridiculous. They have a website. Like they have a public website where they list all their benefits and details and everything because they're so good. They're just like, yeah, we don't share our benefits with the whole world because we have the best, stuff like that.
Do you want to stay there or no?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a good company. I mean a lot of people at Acumen would sort of move over to Salesforce. You know what I mean? We'd lose a lot of people in the past to Salesforce because they want to go work for that. It's sort of like a good analogy.
It's like if Gatorade bought up like one of those dime store fucking energy drinks where it's like
Exactly. It'd be like if we had like a startup and we were like pimping some energy drink and then we got bought by Monster and it'd be like, yeah, of course we'll go. That's a good upgrade. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. They're amazing. Their paternity leave. So Ponch and I know a guy who worked for us before and went over to Salesforce. Good guy. He's worked with us for years. But he moved over there. And he pinged me with an email after the transaction went through, and he's like, hey, yeah, congratulations. We're going to be working together again. This is cool. So I replied back to him. I got his out of office because he's on paternity leave for 6 months.
Wow.
Are you lying to me?
I'm not lying. That's paternity leave.
His wife has been back to work for months, and he's still
Do they pay you during that period of time?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much of it's paid.
Oh, yeah.
Paid? That's full-time paid?
Well, I mean, it depends on what their policy is. He might have taken 6 months, even though he doesn't get paid for all of it.
Yeah, I forget.
No, I mean, paternity, no, that's not maternity, though. So it must be.
Yeah.
It must be 6 months.
So have some kids.
I know. Now I'm like, I'm gonna have a kid, every 6 months. I don't know how I'm gonna need multiple wives to make
I got a
this
little
happen.
news for you guys.
Nice.
Oh my god.
I'm glad it's going well.
I got
So
a
you're gonna,
COVID
the office is still going to be here and everything?
Yeah, we have to close our office, which it wasn't closed now. It was sort of like it's open if anybody wants to go in there, but nobody's really going in, but it was still an option.
Yeah.
Salesforce, though, their offices are actually closed till like the end of August. So now we're officially closed, or will be February 1st.
When's
So
the
my
lease up on that
mother-in-law works in the Salesforce building in Indy.
Oh, no shit, really?
Like the office, she works for Northwestern Mutual, but their office is in that building.
Yeah. Salesforce does. They're like the premier office real estate wherever they go. So San Francisco, they've got a huge presence. Seattle, Indianapolis, that's their Midwest one.
So Fidelity is like a power user of Salesforce.
Oh, really?
It's like driving our company right now. Like everything Fidelity does is eventually going to end up in Salesforce.
Well, you got to get Ponch and I in the door. At least throw us a bone for like making a sale or something. I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. But if I could like help make a connection between your company and someone at Salesforce, I'll be in good shape for a while. So yeah, it's going well. I mean, this is going to be a year of massive change, and we don't know the half of it right now. But most everybody is really excited.
Nice, good. And then we don't talk about it now, but I need to get some advice from you on doing sous vide steaks, because I'm going to do them this weekend, and I don't know what I'm doing. So I might need to text you.
Give him Tim's number.
What kind of steaks are those?
Did you buy a kit? Do you have a sous vide kind of setup?
I have a sous vide, but maybe I need to know more. I don't know. I'm having my brothers over for the Browns game, and my brother got me this sous vide like 3 years ago, and I've never used it. So he's like, dude, let's use the sous vide. And I'm like, all right, I got to learn how to do the steaks and stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's
do you have any tips or tricks?
You can't screw it up. Yeah. Tim is the one who's like all about sous vide, but it's literally it's foolproof. You can't screw it up.
Okay,
set
good.
it to the right.
That's what I thought.
That's the beauty of it. Yep.
Okay. Anyway.
All right.
What's up?
No. So is everybody back? Amber.
I'm back. I'm here.
Sal? Yep.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm not back yet.
All right. Awesome.
All right, I'm muting myself again.
Okay. So, what do you guys want to do? Oh, you guys are heading back to the Blue Water Inn?
Yep. I think that's prudent at this point.
All right. I'm not going to change maps and stuff like this because there's going to be too much bouncing around. You guys make your way across town. It's not too far, several hundred feet to the west, to the Blue Water Inn. As you approach the Blue Water Inn, you see, as you're moving through town, you see more and more commoners who are the commoners that are out. You notice that are wearing a distinct set of like cloaks and robes, a lot of black, dark black kind of cloaks and robes. The people that are out. There's some people that are like kind of whispering to each other and kind of scurrying around, and there's just a weird vibe around town where it seems like it's just different. Now there's like some people milling about that don't look familiar or that you hadn't seen before, and there's other people that seem to be a little bit more cautious or concerned and not out in the middle of the street. They're kind of like darting into their respective homes and shutting the doors and stuff. Just this kind of weird vibe as you make your way to the Blue Water Inn. Yeah, and as you walk up, you notice that the inn looks as it did when you left it. I don't know if you remember, but at one point you guys were in there, and Erwin had his wife Danica do something where like all the windows and shutters kind of closed up, like, and it kind of like closed the place up. Maybe you would have thought that based on what's going on that they would have done that, but they didn't, and you were able to just kind of walk right in. And Erwin's there. Danica's there. They're scurrying around, and it's actually kind of busy. Maybe a little bit of overflow from the festival. There's a lot of people in there. Some people with their, the black cloaks and whatnot. And people are ordering drinks, and they're scurrying around. The Martikov's 2 kids are there too, helping kind of keep the place moving. Looks like business is booming.
Is Irina there?
You do not see her when you walk in. Maybe I can kind of do something here. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the map. No, you do not see her at the moment.
But we see Erwin and Danica.
Erwin and Danica, their 2 kids. They're bustling around. It's a busy evening. I see you guys as you come in the door. Danica is just going like 50 miles an hour. Erwin, though, kind of looks up and he sees you guys, and he kind of like does like a nod kind of thing, and just he's got this look of like, what's going on? And he kind of like.
Are we supposed to see the inn on the screen, or are we still at the square?
We're still at the square. I can't take this.
No. That's fine. I thought maybe I was not seeing something.
No. Good call. Yeah. Hold on. I'll get us there. Hold.
I'm sorry.
No. Probably
my weight issue. We should talk about it.
What?
I don't think we should talk about it right now, Matt.
Okay, we'll wait till off stream break.
After the stream, we'll talk.
After the stream,
we'll unmute Crocus and we'll just get the whole group going on my weight issue.
We'll do a Algonquin roundtable on that.
An Algonquin roundtable.
I think you're beautiful the way that you are.
Oh, I know, baby. Thank you. Big Amber.
No, that's not a thing. That will never be a thing.
So me and Amber watched Pumping Iron, and she thought it was funny how all the bodybuilders just refer to everyone as like Big Lou and Big Tony and Big Mike. So I said, Amber, you know how you figure out your bodybuilder name? You just add big in front of your name, so you'd be Big Amber.
We don't like that. Nobody likes that. That's not a good one.
It's good.
If she was a bodybuilder, would she be Big A? Do that
She could be Big
no,
A, Big Am.
No, she wouldn't be that either.
I'm coming all the time.
It's like I'm coming at the gym. I'm at home. I'm coming.
I'm at home. I'm coming. It's like
I would do like
as a
the.
woman.
So Amber just
Green
said a trigger
posing,
word
though.
to me. She just said I'm husky.
Yeah, you're husky. You're not.
It's the worst thing you could ever say.
No, it's not.
One time.
Adam, you'll have to
Don't ever call your man husky.
I'll have to-
no.
oh.
He is husky.
To get to the map.
We were kids. We were
Why is that bad?
It's bad because whenever you were a fat little boy, your mom always had to buy you
Oh
pants that were called husky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My mom would announce
Really?
it in the store, like.
Yeah, Will, really?
You've never heard of husky, Will?
Oh man.
You should have seen me as a kid, man. I was like, you could practically see through me.
Yeah, me too.
Husky pants. Matt, they're just husky. You're not fat. You're just husky. Okay, Mom. Thanks.
Thanks, Mom.
Sometimes it's easier living the lie.
You're so handsome, though.
Big boned.
I'm gonna go eat a bag of Doritos now. Thanks.
Cool Ranch, baby.
Plus, look at those delts, Matt. Look at those delts.
Yeah,
So
you
do
gotta-
we see Irina in here at all?
Nope.
Oh, what's her little chicken ass doing? Did she make it here? No. Oh, jeez.
Just as a heads up, she's on the map, Dan.
Oh, well, it shouldn't be.
That's my fault. I shouldn't have dragged this here.
Oh, that was.
Oh god, I keep doing that. All right, I think we're good now.
So that's Irwin. Oh no, that's Irwin there, right?
Yep. Irwin, when he sees you guys come in, his kids and his wife are running around taking care of a number of patrons, which I didn't put on the map. But you guys walk in, and Irwin's like he's filling glasses of wine, and he's bringing food up to the counter, and everybody's running around, and he looks up at you guys, and he's like, got this look of like, what the hell?
So I give him a big wink, and it's not so subtle, right? It's like a really obnoxious wink, and I go, "Caw, caw, caw!"
And he just cringes and looks down, and he's like, okay.
I give him
And he gives you this really like.
So, do we see Vasily anywhere?
Mm-mm.
All right. Yeah, I hustle over to Irwin, and I get on the boot, the whatever. It looks like there's benches there, and like pull myself up on one of them and get up and clamber up, and I'm like, I lean over. I just don't want anybody to be in earshot, I guess, really. But I just I whisper quietly to him, like, did Irina and Vasily come here?
And you're being quiet and whispering.
I'm being very quiet. I'm conscious of other people.
You notice this is the first time you've noticed, like, he's a big kind of burly guy, and he kind of puts his head down and he's like filling glasses, and you're amazed at how sort of covert he is. But you barely see his lips moving, almost like a ventriloquist, and he's like they haven't been back here at all. I don't know what I haven't seen them. They all left with you guys for the festival this morning. Well, but it's interesting to you is how well he's able to sort of communicate without it, but keeping it on the down low. Just a quick note on that. But he says, yeah, no, I haven't seen either of them. They left with you guys. What happened at the square? Why are all these black cloaked people here? I've been hearing the Baron's dead, which, no skin off of my back, but what's going on?
Well, I'm very conscious of like what people are around us, so I'm talking in hushed tones as best as I can. Be quiet too about it. But Izek freaked out when we got in a fight and he's dead. The Baron's dead. We had some really bad pies.
Oh,
but
you
Vasily
ate wait, you guys ate the meat pie?
Oh, not only a couple, we had a few, lad, and they were good.
Oh, I should have warned you. Okay. Yes, all right.
Something wasn't right about those, but anyway, in the midst of it, Vasily said he'd get Irina to safety, and he said he'd take her here.
Van Helsing's not here yet.
No, we are you over there talking to him too?
I mean, I'm just barking.
But if you want to move yourself over and you're in the conversation with Erwin and Spargle, he says, yeah, no, that's odd. Haven't seen him. I don't know what this means for the town. Who, I assume, Lady Wachter will assume control of the town. I don't know if that's
it sure
good
seems that way, and they're not wasting any time either. Ernst made a little speech.
Oh, her. Yes, Ernst. Interesting. I assume these people with the cloaks and stuff who are just celebrating are allied with her. I would assume. Well, they've been paying well, so at least good for business, huh? That's really strange. No, we haven't seen Vasily.
He's not retaining a room here, is he?
No, Lord Vasily has a beautiful place in town. I don't know. He's got his own place.
Where do you know? Could you tell us where that is? Where he's at in town?
I could show you his front door if you'd like. But yeah, he's on the northeast side of town, kind of in the nicer area.
Can you go send a bird to go check on her?
I can, sure. I can do that right away, or I can have one escort you there. Why don't I have one kind of go scope the house and while we're here?
Well, we're probably going to need some rooms too.
Stop doing that though, because most people don't know about us.
Aye, lad, you got it.
All right, thanks a lot. That'll help us keep our secrecy. But yeah, he says, I'll send one over right away. And he kind of he walks into the kitchen.
All right, so I'll go tell the group again, trying to use hushed tones, kind of like, just kind of wander back to our group and let him know what he shared.
All right. So you relay that to the group. I don't know if anyone has any comments on that. If not, Erwin comes back out within minutes, and he says, yeah, I've got one of our were ravens is on their way over to Vasily's house. Should be back in minutes.
What do you guys think? This is pretty bad. I don't know. I'm nervous about.
Maybe we go scout around, walk around, see if we stumble upon them.
All right.
Keep a couple of us here, right, in case she pops up here.
Yeah.
I mean, I got Holyfield coming up in a few minutes. I could go gallop around town.
Oh, that's right. So after about 10 minutes or so, a war ram appears in the middle of the tavern.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, you hate to see it.
It kind of shocks a bunch of people. Oddly, this war ram, this majestic, large, almost horse-sized ram, looks pretty majestic, but has huge clumps of flesh that are just gaping open wounds or sores, just kind of missing pieces of its flesh and skin, for what it's worth.
And I scratch his beard and I say, "You're all right, little Holyfield. You're gonna be all right." And then I give him some beer, or whatever the fuck they have here.
Wine.
I'm trying to find a spot for
We
him.
literally spent 5 sessions with you guys getting the wine back to the tavern.
Wine. Yeah, I'm gonna
Wine.
give him some wine.
Dragon Crush, Grape Mash.
But as there's this like sudden like sort of silhouette of a ram, and then it kind of forms. People start scrambling backwards, shocked that this ram, which half of these people have never seen a ram, just suddenly appeared in the middle of the tavern.
Oh, you've never seen a ram before.
Erwin looks up and he says, "Can you get it? Can you move it to the stables or something? You're kind of freaking out my customers."
I go like this. You got it, lad.
He looks over when you do that. He's like, "Caw." He's like, "If you can't beat him, join him. I'm just gonna go with this guy from now on." So he gives you a little caw. But he does kind of look at the door and hope that you'll move.
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna
door
take
around
him.
outside. Okay.
I pour some wine down Holyfield's throat, and then I drag him.
Yeah. Despite the open gaping wounds and the fact that he looks half undead, the mount looks sturdy and move it outside. What else do you guys want to do?
So at these tables here, there's just a bunch of people in these black cloaks.
Correct.
So is there a table of them near me? Let's see here.
Yep, actually, right where you're at, right there.
Oh, perfect. So yeah, so what is that? Like 2 dudes sitting there? What do I see at that table?
Yep, 2 dudes drinking some wine. They seem to be drinking pretty heavily in celebration.
Okay, great. And real quick, I thought to say this when we got back from break and I forgot. Can I retcon and say that I collected all my weapons I threw on the ground in the square?
Yep.
Okay. Picked up my jammed crossbow and fixed that. So, I have all my weapons on me again. And just for show, you know what? My bow is still on fire. Just because I won.
Hell yeah, brother.
What's that?
Hell yeah, brother.
And I see these guys and I go, they look very jubilant, right?
Yep.
Say, oh, what y'all celebrating?
They look like, right after the Bulls won the Super Bowl and you're at the bar still and these people are like living it up, right?
So they look like me on Sunday night.
Yes. They're like, yeah, pull the seat up, man. Well, they've got a bottle of Grape Mash number 3 on the table. They're like, yeah, grab a glass.
So I grab a chair, pull it up. I go, I grab the bottle of Grape Mash and look at it and I go, it's all right. I prefer the Red Dragon Crush, but this'll do. I pour myself a
Really?
drink.
Nice. And they look and they go, hey, you're with all that? You're the guys that killed Ezek.
Oh yeah, my all my friends back, they took care of Ezek.
So that guy, when you say that, he stands up and he starts like kind of like making a scene of like, hey, these are the guys, these are the ones. And everybody starts cheering and buying you guys drinks. And Erwin and Danica start scrambling around even more. But now that you guys are there and this crowd is here, they're even more excited to party. Now it's like you're sitting at Panini's on East 9th and the Browns walked in right after they beat the Steelers. And you guys are the Browns.
Nice. And okay, yeah. So as they're cheering there or whatever, and we're drinking, I'm like, so tell me, I noticed a few of your friends lashing out at a few of the civilians in the square once we took out the Baron and Ezek. Can you share with me a little bit about why some of the people in town are people that you're stabbing?
Make a persuasion check with advantage. They really like you guys, but you're asking them something secret. So
okay,
that's how it goes.
A 2 and a
God
3
knows I
in
need
a row.
advantage on charisma checks. So here's my first one. So that's 13. And
Wait, that's with it. I said with advantage. Okay, you're good.
so I rolled a 13.
Yep. So he pulled the guy you asked that to. He pulls his cloak back, and you see the silver dagger. And the first time you've really looked at one closely, it's interesting how it's like they have like these almost like a holster kind of black leather strap that makes it very concealed that they have these under clothing or robes or whatever. But it's one of those like Kirby kind of daggers with the little, you know what I'm talking about? Looks like a little wavy, but not very big, not much
My
bigger
favorite
than
dagger from Hero Forge.
Oh yeah. So he goes, you mean us in the book club?
Book club. Tell me a little more about that.
He says, Lady Wachter's book club. We've been waiting for this day for quite some time.
All right. So what does it take to get into the book club?
You need a personal invitation from Lady Wachter, but I think you guys have proven yourself. I'm sure she would oblige.
Met Lady Wachter yesterday. We had a little chat. Is that a pure silver dagger?
Yep, it certainly is.
Y'all carry those, huh?
Says, yeah, Lady Wachter's given it to all of us in the book club, of course.
All right. Why was the book club trying to kill random people?
Well, they weren't random. They were on the wrong side, right? They supported the Baron.
All right. Well, what do you all do now? Now that you got the power, Baron's gone. What's next?
Well, festivals are done. Stop wasting money on that. Lady Wachter will certainly let us sort of live a little bit and enjoy ourselves, and we'll be safe here in Vallaki. Good times ahead. No more of these goddamn festivals.
Deckard just goes, all right. Well, pleasure chatting with you, fellas. My friends and I will be around town for a while. Feel free to toss us a few cocktails whenever you see us.
Anytime. We'll be here. Anytime you guys come in, drinks are on all of us.
I grab the bottle of Great Mash. I go, I'm going to take this if that's all right.
So it's all yours. It's the least we can do.
And I come back to the group bottle. I just wanted to pry a little bit on these Lady Wachter folks.
Yeah, as you walk away with the bottle, they raise their glasses and they say, "Praise to the Wachter House."
I throw the bottle up. I turn around, raise the bottle, tip my cat.
Yeah, and then they turn to each other, and now they're more like invigorated. Like, you know, they just had a drink with Nick Chubb, and now they're back. And now they're texting all their friends. Holy shit, you know that cowboy that shot the Baron? I just had a wine with him. Just split a bottle of Great Mash number 3 with the guy that shot the Baron.
Love it. Yeah. So I guess I don't know, where's everybody at in the bar here?
I'm kind of just waiting to hear, hopefully, back from the where we're.
I was just gonna say, unless anyone else wants to do anything, you see a very sort of haggard or just sort of like ungroomed dude kind of walk in the front door. He's just wearing like a almost burlap kind of cloak, and he comes in and he's like kind of like huffing and puffing, and he runs over to Irwin and he whispers to him. Irwin calls you guys over and he goes, yeah, my agent here just did a flyby the Vasily house and didn't see anything there. Wasn't able to go in though. So I suggest maybe you guys head over there. He can take you there if you want. Otherwise, nothing to report. I'm sorry, I don't know where your lady friend went.
And
yeah, what do you say?
We should leave.
Where do you guys want to go?
Do you say that, Ragnar?
Ragnar just looks very frustrated, and he's going to make for the door because he feels responsible for Irina. Because that's who I was speaking to Vasily when he left.
I follow Ragnar, bottle in hand.
All right. Anybody not head out?
Alaric would for sure.
Would head out.
Yep.
Okay. And do you want Irwin's agent to show you guys the facilities out, or are you going somewhere else?
I say one thing to Irwin though. I like, hey, listen, I think we're gonna head that way, but can you send us word if they show up here?
He nods his head. He says, immediately, of course. And then unless anybody wants to hang back, the burlapped clothed guy that whispered to Irwin, he walks out the front door. He looks at you guys, kind of looks around to see if anybody else is looking. And then you see this burlap sack just immediate. You see him almost like disappear and the sack just fall to the ground. And you see a raven fly out of the sack and just kind of like hover in the air and like goes up to a building and looks back at you guys. If you guys follow, that's what he does throughout town. He moves a block, looks back. Are you guys following him?
Can I ask you a quick question? Was that considered like a short rest at all or not? Would that qualify or not really?
Yeah, I'd say you guys were there an hour.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Right? I would call it a short rest. You were hanging out, not doing anything stressful for about an hour or so here. Yeah, call it a short rest.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to use it just so you know that I do that when I take a rest. I can recover spell slots. So.
Yep, and everybody can do that. And you can get some hit points back if you need them. Everybody can do like short resty things.
Oh yeah, what is it? I know there's a thing here. Short rest. 1d12 +3.
I think if you click on short rest,
yep.
It'll yeah. All right. So does anybody want to do anything but follow the raven?
No, I follow with Holyfield if that's okay.
Yep.
No, I definitely would follow.
Okay.
Or would follow along.
All right, I'll move us back to Milwaukee. So if you see where I moved yep, there it goes. Okay. So you move to this, like, you follow this raven through the center of town, past the Wachter house, and on the same sort of like cul-de-sac of the Wachter house, you see a number of nicer homes, and you get to this one really, sort of upper middle class kind of home, and this raven is sitting on top of it and is just kind of like bobbing his head up and down. And you walk up and you see that it's a pretty nice house. Probably one of the nicer homes next to the Baron's mansion and the Wachter house. The door is closed. Doesn't seem to be any lights on, but it looks like a nice home. What'd you like to do?
What do you think? Should we just knock on the door and
Probably.
Maybe someone get like around the back of the house in case someone tries to escape.
It's a good call. It's a good call.
Sparkle, do you still have the invisibility thing?
I do.
Why don't we team up and do the invisible thing?
Okay, so you want to go too?
Yeah.
I can get us both. All right, so okay, I cast invisibility and
Uh-oh. Lost the DM.
Oh.
Me?
Your video.
Oh, your video went up.
Sparkle, I'm so glad I have this opportunity to show you all of the new rocks that I've gotten.
it's it's third level that I got. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Okay, so I do that, Dan. I cast invisibility on Juniper and myself, and we're gonna scurry around the back, right? Is that the game plan?
Yeah, just in case there's some fuckery afoot.
Okay.
Fuck. A lot of fuckery going on in Barovia.
Yes.
Oh, rat fuck.
All right. So you guys are completely invisible as you move around to the back of the house. Everybody else is at the front door.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Are you just standing in the front door? Somebody
Well-
knocking, opening?
Real quick, when we made our way around the back, was there any doors on the sides, or is there any doors? Do we see any other exits?
Yeah. You see windows. They're all closed. There is a back door, which doesn't look as formal as the front door, but if there's a proper back door, it seems to be closed and locked.
No
you got
side
nothing?
doors.
No side doors. Front door, back door, plenty of windows on the first floor. They're all closed.
Okay.
All right. So who's gonna do the next thing? Anybody want to go in the front door? Knock.
I'm gonna stay on top of Holyfield in case there's any sort of running that has to happen. I can gallop. So
I'll knock on the front door.
Okay. You
Exactly
knock,
that.
and there's no answer.
I'd like to knock again.
Still no answer. You wait a good few minutes.
All right, I'd like to charge in with Holyfield.
I-
I'm sorry, Adam. Go ahead.
Are you gonna bust through the front door?
Let Adam go because he had already started talking.
I was just gonna. I mean, there's a handle or knob or something.
Yep. Regular old front door.
Just gonna
thing.
see if it opens.
It's locked.
It's just a wooden door. There's no glass in the door.
Correct.
Is there any windows like nearby the door, like at ground level?
Yep, both sides of the front door, but they're very much sealed off with like drapes and stuff. Drapes and
okay.
shutters. No light coming in or out.
I'm gonna bang on the door hard. Like to the point that I'm not charging any, putting my shoulder into it, but I might fuck it up a little bit.
You hit it so hard that the windows next to it, like dust shakes off of them and stuff, you know, and it's just like the still no answer.
I'm gonna turn around and say, anybody got any ideas? I'm not looking for a fight.
So Thoradin just starts to back up on Holyfield. You see the ram backing up, and I say, enough of this, lads. Let's go in. And you see Holyfield like scraping his foot against the floor like he's getting ready to charge in, and he just shakes his head, and he picks up, and he just goes straight ahead into the door.
No one stops him.
I don't think I would have stopped him, but there may have been a part of me that was like a little unsure based on our mishaps at the windmill.
Ragnar just shakes his head and rubs his face and just looks down in disgust.
So yeah, everybody's like, what the hell? But Holyfield hits that door and pops it right off its hinges. It slams to the ground. Thoradin, the first thing you notice is the enormous cloud of dust that comes, almost blocking your view. Why is this house so dusty?
Oh shit!
Is it actual...
implying that like
Nobody's
this is
been there.
completely unoccupied for ages?
I'm not implying anything. I'm just telling Thoradin that he saw a bunch of dust.
At this time, I would like to buy a vowel. No,
I'd be walking in after Thoradin too.
I have a thing I could do. Wait, what is it? It's called I would like to use Divine Sense.
Okay.
Good call.
So, Alaric wants to do something after Thoradin does, since he followed him in.
Okay, Divine Sense. You can sense anything affected by the hollow spell or know the location of Celestial.
I have a terrible hunch here.
Okay.
I think.
All
I know
right.
what it
So Thoradin seems to like concentrate. He's holding his holy symbol and just kind of two hands on his forehead, and he's like looking around. Thoradin, you don't sense anything.
Shit.
I don't sense any undead, lads. But I yet think that it may be evil afoot.
So I don't know if this is a bit redundant, because that's what did you just do out of character? Sense undead?
Yeah, so I can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
All right, so after that, and Alaric is right behind Thoradin. He's going to grab his necklace and close his eyes and chant a few mumbles that you don't really hear, and he's going to cast Magic Awareness.
Ancient spirits of evil. If you know it, you know it.
You know it.
Umbra, the ever living.
Umbra, the ever living. I'm gonna have to kill you at some point, I think.
All right, hold on. I gotta figure out what this does. Hold on, one second.
Something's going on with that spear, bud. I'm gonna have to kill you.
You can
All right, you
have the
You
spirit.
cast what, Adam?
Magic Awareness. So basically, a 60-foot radius. I can see if there's anything magical.
I didn't know he had spells.
Well, he's always fucking raging, so I mean, you know.
Learn something new every day.
I'm sorry, guys. Dude, never in my life someone was in my house until right now.
What?
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Dude,
what?
Hillary is sleeping upstairs, and the door to our garage opened and slammed.
What?
Our garage door's closed. There's no windows open.
Did you call the cops?
No, I mean, I just searched my whole house. I don't know how anybody... Like, dude, I was running through my house with this meat hammer.
Is that
Like a
Doomhammer? That
chicken
looks like
roost.
Is that Doomhammer? That kind of looks like Doomhammer. I'm not gonna
It's
lie.
like a mini Doomhammer.
That
Like-
baby
like-
Doomhammer.
I almost came down here and got my assault rifle. Like I was seriously like, I went up and I had to ask Hillary. I'm like, hey, did you open the door? She goes, no, I thought that was you. And I'm like,
You don't think something just hit the window or something, do you?
I don't know, man, but it was crazy. So I'm sorry I ditched out and I had to.
So
I literally
No,
just
that's a good reason.
cleared my house like an Navy
Next
SEAL.
time, tell us. That way we can be like, all right, we got to go to Oaks Road and save Will. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So sorry about that.
Because you invoked Mumra.
Yeah, my bad, yo. My bad.
So I think the idea is that it just like kind of would tell me if there's some kind of magical presence or magic item in a radius or something like that.
I mean, you've been able to do that the whole time, and you haven't.
Yeah. What's going on here?
We're in the Rockies.
Your superpowers.
Alaric, you don't sense anything.
Okay.
As you guys step into the room, anyone who's stepped into the house, who stepped into the house?
Well, definitely Thornton and
I changed my mind. We're gonna retcon that I didn't go. No, it's me. It's totally me.
All right, so Thornton and Alaric, you both have passive perception of 15. So, so when the door slams down, the dust comes up, Holyfield pops back.
What do we see?
You see. So, after you kind of detect magic and divine sense at the doorway, you both step in and you detect nothing. So you both feel it's safe to step into the building. Your passive perception, the two of you, is high enough that as you look around, it feels like you are standing in a living room at an IKEA or a pottery barn, or you can tell because of your very high passive perception, everything seems deliberately placed. Everything seems like it's a facade. You can tell this hasn't been lived in for quite some time.
Oh,
But
this
it's
is
been-
like
Okay,
but it's been very carefully sort of set up to look like a normal house.
Okay, so yeah, so this is a hideout, right? And we're coming into an area that making it seem abandoned, and we need to figure out where we need to go to get to where we need to go. Like some
Are we
kind of
at
secret
Vasily's
passage,
house?
door, or stairway, or something like that. So we probably should just start searching. I think we're good. Alaric's gonna start wandering about.
We didn't hear the door bang open from our position, did we, Juniper and I?
Yeah, you did. You kind of heard it slam. You actually you saw the building shake a little bit.
I don't know the size of this, but like as far as that back door that you said, is that something that we see? Like, is it a small area? Alaric and Thornton.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, this is a good sized house, right? This is like a house, like a 2,800 square foot kind of modern home, right?
Oh, okay.
So it's like they went to the back porch and you guys slammed the front door. You would maybe hear that boom from the back.
yeah.
And then you walking in, you don't necessarily see the back door. There's some rooms and stuff like that. The only thing that you two see that looks curious, other than very normal furniture and furnishings, is 7 paintings along the wall that all have pictures of creatures on them.
Do they
You
look?
see-
Do they look as dusty as the rest of the house?
They do. But they're very peculiar paintings to you. You're like, what the? Who in their right mind would have these paintings? And there's 7 of them. And you see,
Is one of them Vigo the Carpathian?
Ghostbusters.
He is Vigo.
Pretty good.
Buzzing of flies to him.
It's pretty good.
Are they all near each other? Or are they scattered about the main floor?
they're in like they're like along the front hallway.
Okay.
Do these look familiar? Do they look like vampires?
No. So you see like paintings of like one is like a gruesome werewolf under a full moon. The next one's like a trio of gnolls fighting over a spear. You see a beholder. So these are creatures that are you've never seen. Some of them are from like myth and legend. One has like the grinning beholder. One has two trolls sitting under a tree. One has like these kobolds sitting around a bonfire. Another one has two gelatinous cubes in a dungeon, and then the other one has 3 dragons up in the air. So it's just this series of 7 paintings.
Can I take them?
Big paintings? I mean, good size.
They're like 18 by 24.
Okay.
You know, they're just like,
3 feet by 4 feet.
I'm going to, like, after examining these, I'm going to make my way towards what I would think would be the back of the house, if I can make sense of direction there.
Yeah, see what's in the kitchen, the larder.
I'm going to be looking for a back door to meet up with the rest of the party and
some snacks, yeah.
Let them know what's going on.
Yeah, I'd like to take these paintings off the wall. Dan's like, how do I? This isn't in the fucking book.
No, I'm just trying to think of how this is gonna work.
Yeah, I don't want to get sucked into another dimension.
As you take each painting off, you unleash a torment of Barovia.
All right,
leave the house and there's 3
so
dragons.
what do you want to do? You want to take the paintings down?
Yeah, because I can't take pictures of them, right? So I'd like to take them with me.
You left your phone in Faerun?
I left my Samsung Galaxy in Faerun, so I can't. I want to take them with me. I would like to have them. I want to show the bird.
So as you pop the painting off, the first one off, which is a picture of the werewolf under a moon, you notice it has a nameplate on it. It has a plate on it that says werewolf. And then you realize very quickly each picture has a very specific plaque with a word on it. And there's 7 paintings, and you pull all 7 off?
One at a time. Slowly.
Okay. Yeah. You eventually pull all of them off, and now you have a stack of these paintings, each with a different picture and a name plaque on them. When you pulled them off, you noticed that there was a very well-made sort of framing mount for each of the pictures, and there are now 7 of them across the hall.
What does it smell like in the room?
Musty old basement. Maybe no one's been in this room for a long time.
Are these oil paintings?
They are.
Okay.
Would you like the name? Would you like the names of each of them?
I would, if I may, please.
When you say name, you're talking about the plaque on each thing.
The plaques.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could, that'd be great.
So there are 7 paintings. The first one says werewolf. The second one says gnolls. The third one says beholder. The fourth one says trolls. The next one says kobolds. The next one says gelatinous cubes. And the last one says dragons.
Anything behind these pictures? If I do, one of these, is there
other than the very substantial mount that they were on, which is a lot more than just a nail. Nothing.
Okay.
Ragnar walks in and sees the paintings on the ground and looks specifically at the picture of the gnolls and just starts like furrowing his brow and says to Thoradin, "Hey Thoradin, does that look like the big guy's spear?"
Fair question. So I'm looking at it, and then I say, "Hey, Alaric, get your big ass over here."
Alaric's probably gonna ignore him and keep looking for the back door.
That's nice. Thanks. Cool.
I'm kind of out of earshot at this point, I think.
That's a good
So
friend.
you
right
you
there.
move yourself past the paintings, and you do make it to. There's a back door, and you see the back door's got your typical sort of latch type of lock. If you want to, you can unlock it and open it.
I will do that.
You unlock it and you open it, and you don't see anybody outside.
Well, that's.
I run up to
that's my-
Alaric and I go, boo!
I mean, we're we all aware of the invisibility, right? I mean, this is
Your hiccups are gone, and Spargle's right in front of you. Yeah. I don't know.
Knew you guys were here.
I don't know if you saw them go invisible, but yeah,
Okay.
they're right there.
All right.
everything
Come on in.
okay?
Yeah, everything's good. We're just searching the house right now. Seems like it's been untouched, unlived for quite some time. So we're just trying to figure out what's
Unlived?
going on. Yeah, that's what it seems like.
It's
Have
not
a look for yourself.
Hey Ragnar, let's hit
So,
the larder.
I
What do you think?
think Thornton's in there with Ragnar doing finger paintings.
So I do go in there and look around, and we see the same, I assume.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to put this in. Yeah, let me put this in Discord. It's easier than me. Okay. So you've taken down these paintings. You're kind of studying them. You've canvassed the house. It looks like an IKEA like fake setup house. Almost down to like the fake fruit basket on the table. You've kind of scanned the place. There's don't seem to be any threats or evil magic. You've gone to the back door and let everybody else in. You guys are all standing in the middle of this house that should be Vasily's. And you are standing in front of this stack of paintings. I'm going to call it there. I'm going to say this is where we end. This is what you guys are doing. And then when we pick up the next session, I'll say you guys might want to chat on everything, between now and the next session. Maybe do some planning, maybe do some sort of analysis of the surroundings here, whatever you want to do. And then we'll pick up the next session. You guys are right here in this house. And see where we go next.
Cool.
Cool. That works for me.
And I copied that into Discord so that you have it.
Hey, sorry, this is I get the gist of all these. What is actually a beholder?
Oh, I can show you. Sal bought me one.
I mean, I feel like I know what it is from
Oh, you do?
fantasy
Nice.
stuff.
Yeah,
Is it literally like a big floating eye, like Eye of the Beholder, like the D&D game that I played? Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't know if there was
that thing.
Okay.
It's like a Medusa without a body.
Okay.
Like in Doom,
I knew
you know
that
those
was a
things in
reference.
Doom?
I knew that because I literally played an old dungeon crawling game on like Sega Genesis or Sega CD that was called Eye of the Beholder, and I loved it. But I didn't know if Beholder meant specifically that or it was something else. I didn't know.
That's
Well,
cool,
that makes
man.
sense.
That's a great set you got there, dude.
Sal
that's
bought me
cool.
this.
Walmart has it.
Hold on, I'm gonna
Really?
make this real big.
Yeah, it's not a.
Yeah, that
commercial.
beholder's sweet.
That is
You got
really cool.
Minsk and Boo in there too.
They have a bigger set with like a red dragon in it. It's cool as shit.
Huh.
Yes, Sal bought me it.
Nice.
Badass.
Fat you just
Love
call me
it.
fat ass?
Okay.
Fat
This
ass.
is wild speculation, but I got a real bad feeling about what might have gone down here.
I got a
Are we
bad
still
feeling about
streaming,
this.
or Are we just?
No, you know what? I'll
so,
call.
But sorry, real quick, Adam. For the session, I'll say that's where we've landed. You've entered this nice nobleman's house. It's pretty luxurious. It's a nice house. Clear that it's not been lived in. You've got these like the only thing unique is these strange paintings, which could be absolutely nothing. But I've given you a description of those. You haven't found any other evil or magic or anything in this place. So it'll be a good spot to kind of hang out and come up with your game plan as for next steps.
All right.
And that's where we'll leave you guys for the next session.
Okay.
I want to thank all of our viewers. We couldn't do it without you.
I'm gonna end the stream there. Thanks everybody
Everyone
for
who
watching.
participates, thank you. We appreciate it.